What a whirlwind week for the 49ers. Just when you thought the excitement couldn't get any higher after that stunning victory over the Cowboys, we have a situation brewing that could have major implications for one of our star players. Could a political hat worn by a fan favorite lead to disciplinary action from the NFL? Stay tuned as we break down the potential fallout from this unexpected moment and what it could mean for the team moving forward. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay on top of all the latest 49ers news. Hey 49ers fans, today we need to dive into a situation that's got everyone buzzing. Nick Bosa's recent post-game appearance wearing that Make America Great Again hat. Now, we all know Bosa is a superstar on the field, but this off-the-field moment has the NFL reviewing whether he might face some repercussions. It raises a lot of questions about how the league enforces its rules, especially when it comes to political expressions. After the 49ers' impressive win against the Cowboys, there was Bosa, crashing the NBC post-game interview, proudly donning that controversial hat. CBS Sports' Jonathan Jones has reported that the NFL is now looking into it. And while they won't make a decision until later next week, it raises the stakes for Bosa. If he ends up getting fined, it won't be a suspension, but we know that fines can hit players hard, especially someone of Bosa's caliber. Now let's talk about the rulebook here. The NFL has a pretty clear guideline that prohibits players from wearing or displaying political messages on game day. The rule states that during any time a player is visible to the audience, whether it's during warm-ups or post-game interviews, they cannot convey personal messages unless approved by the league. So, it doesn't matter if it's a pro-Trump hat or something supporting a different political figure. The rule applies equally. If Bosa had worn a Kamala Harris hat, he'd be in the same boat. It's also interesting to note that while players can express their political views in press conferences, Bosa chose to keep his comments to a minimum. When asked about the hat, he simply said, "I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I think it's an important time." This is a classic move, keeping the focus on football while still standing by his beliefs. But here's where it gets tricky. The NFL has already shown it's willing to enforce these rules strictly. Just look at Steelers wide receiver George Pickens, who was fined $10,000 for a personal message in his eye black earlier this season. So, where does this leave us as fans? It's frustrating to see a player like Bosa, who gives his all on the field, potentially facing a fine for expressing his political beliefs in a way that, to many, seems harmless. You have to wonder, is this really the best way to handle personal expression in a league that thrives on individuality? It's a tough call. I'm honestly torn on this one. On one hand, I understand the need for rules and maintaining a certain image for the league. On the other, it feels a bit overreaching to penalize a player for a hat worn in a post-game moment. And let's not forget the implications this could have for the team's morale and Bosa's own mindset as we move deeper into the season. The 49ers are looking strong, and we need all our star players focused and free to express themselves. A fine might not seem like a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it can affect a player's vibe heading into crucial games. What do you all think? Is this a situation where the NFL is overstepping its boundaries? Or do you believe they're just enforcing the rules that are in place? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below. Let's get a discussion going. And remember, if you enjoyed this breakdown of the latest happenings with the 49ers and want more updates, make sure to hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you won't miss any of the essential news as we gear up for the rest of this thrilling season. Let's keep the conversation going. 49ers fans,